How to start affiliate marketing for beginners. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at another way to create that email opt-in page. So let's go back and just a quick, review of the affiliate marketing funnel we're setting up. What we're doing is talking about this section right here, how to create that email opt-in page. In the last video, I showed you how to do that inside of your email autoresponder. We made this very simple page using Canva to create this image. So this is actually an image that we created in Canva, and then we used the opt-in form down here, added an image above it in Aweber, and made this very simple. But this page, even though it looks like it's too simple, it actually will convert really, really well. So just keep that in mind. Simple is better when we're doing this, okay? And so so we're still on this step, how to create your email opt-in page. I told you we're going to look at 4 methods. We looked at the first method in the last video, and that's create your opt-in page in your email autoresponder. So that would be an Aweber or GetResponse. Those are the 2 autoresponsors that I recommend. And I'll leave links for those below this video. And this is, again, the page that we created in Aweber, and Aweber hosts that for us. Now, today we're going to talk about method 2. And that's creating an opt-in page using WordPress and the Elementor plugin. So the main difference here is with this, you are going to need a domain name, and you are going to need a hosting account, because you're going to need to be able to upload WordPress and then upload the Elementor plugin to your WordPress dashboard. Okay, so I am going to open up one of my WordPress sites, and here we are in the pages, and here's the Elementor plugin that I uploaded, and so this method is definitely a little more technical. So if you're not sure how to navigate WordPress and Elementor, then this might be a little tougher, but it can be very effective. Okay, it definitely gives you a lot more control if you want to be able to manage details and appearance more. Then this certainly is a better way to do that. Here's an example of an opt-in page I created for one of my funnels, and again, I try to keep it fairly simple, but as you can see, the colors are quite different. I do have kind of a faded background image, a title, or kind of a little lead in, and then the main title in red, need a profitable side hustle. Who doesn't, right? And then they can get the ultimate insider guide to make $13.44 per month or more without paying for traffic. And then if they click on yes and my free report, it opens up this opt-in, and here's my Aweber opt-in form. So doing it this way, you're going to need an email autoresponder no matter which method you use to create your opt-in form, because you need to be able to collect the emails and send out the automated email messages. So you will need an email autoresponder such as Aweber or GetResponse no matter what. The advantage of having this pop-up is it creates what's called a micro commitment, meaning they've already made a little commitment here to click on that link, on that button, and now they see the pop-up, and so they've already kind of made that little commitment to click on the button, and so they're more likely to make another commitment and enter their email and click yes, send my free guide. So again, this is some things that you can do using WordPress and Elementor that you're not able to do if you're just doing a very simple opt-in page like this in the autoresponder itself. Okay, so let's just go here. I'm going to show you a quick example. Let's add a new page. We'll call it just test opt-in page. And I'm assuming, hopefully, if you're thinking about using WordPress and Elementor, you know how to buy a domain, you have a hosting account, you know how to add WordPress to your domain, and you know how to add the Elementor plugin. So I'm not going to cover all that. You'll find other YouTube videos that can show you how to do that if you need help with that. This is just actually how to make the page using Elementor. So when you use Elementor in here, I'm going to just call this test opt-in page. You do need to choose the default template, and again, Elementor Canvas, so it's just a blank page. Hit publish, okay, and then click on edit with Elementor. Now it's going to open up the Elementor dashboard, okay? And this is not going to be a tutorial on Elementor. You certainly can go and, you'll find lots of tutorials on YouTube that are great. But I'm just going to kind of show you real quick. First, you need to, choose some kind of widget, how many columns that you want. I usually just go with the one column. And now you see the plus button up here. So you click on that plus, and that's going to show you some of the basics. Now, I should say, I do also use, so Elementor comes with these basic sections that you can use, or elements that you can use, which are all very, very good. Now they have a paid version, this Pro section. I do not pay for that. These are kind of general things that you could use. These are all free as well. And then I upload another plugin called the Elementor Premium Add-ons plugin, I believe is the name, or PA, Elementor PA Assets. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it'll give you this other section down here, which does give you a few other options, okay? And this is what allows you to create that pop-up button. I think it's maybe it's not the button, I'm sorry. Maybe it might be, there's a way to create a pop-up from this. It's been a while since I've done it, so I may need to just look a little further at that. But let's just go back up right now and say we want to go ahead and add a header, so we just drag that over, and then it's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and just copy this one, right? Okay. Oops, since this is an image, I can't copy it, but let's go ahead and just add that text in. Discover the three-step system. Discover the three-step system for making okay. And obviously you can change what you want. And then you come down here and you can change the size. Let's center that. And then, so this is the content area when you're in this element. And then if we go to style, this is where we can choose the color that we want. So let's just say we want to make that all black, so drag that down there. Whoops. And then you can do things with the typography. So again, you can change the size. If you want to make that super big, you can do that. You can do some transformations. And this is where, again, you just have a lot more. If I want to make it all italic, you just have a lot more you can do, okay? Then you can also do text stroke if you want, to make a background color. So let's say we want a background color of red. I'm just for example, going to show you that. So this is the things that you can do. And then if you want a shadow, a lot of times you don't want necessarily the stroke, but you'd like the shadow. So, and that's the shadow is kind of what you see on these over here. And so that's how you would do that. And you can go and you can, do some padding, kind of smush everything together. If you want the padding to be the same on top, right, bottom, and left, then you link all those so they're all the same. So if I put in 20, now it's going to be 20 across the board. But maybe I don't want it the same. Maybe the right and left, I want to be 100. So on the right and the left to get that in more. And then what you can do is when you update that, if you click on the eye, it'll open up in a new tab and preview. And so this is what it'll look like in real time. Okay. And so then you can, add background images if you want. You can, do quite a bit more than what you're able to do. And so you have a lot more flexibility here than you would otherwise. Now, what you can do in Aweber, if we go, we're back in my List Infinity account, and let's go and create a sign-up form. And we're going to create a sign-up form for my website. And basically, we're just going to make a very simple HTML form. Let me get myself out of the way. Again, I do like to use this simple template. But again, we're going to go down. We're going to delete the header, the name, field, delete the powered by Aweber field. Sorry, it's being very sensitive here. Okay, well that's being, okay, sorry, that's being very stubborn. And then again, I just like to, make this something like, yes, send my free report. We're going to make this green. Again, I like the bigger text, change the text, save the field, and then again, if you want to make that wider, you can. So that's all the same, but we're not going to add an image like we did when we made the free one over here, okay? We're not going to do that. Instead, what we're going to do is just save it. We're going to go to step number 2. Again, change this up here. You don't really need to change it actually here because it's not hosting it, but you can. We'll show you how to add these later. Right now, we're just going to move on to getting the code. So go to step 3, and then here now you're going to say, I'm going to install it myself, okay? And you can get either the JavaScript or the raw HTML. The JavaScript typically is helpful because that way if you make any changes, it'll automatically update on the site. If you use the raw HTML, whatever you put on the site is what it's going to be. And if you make changes to your form in Aweber, it won't update. You'll have to go back and update it. So I usually try to add the JavaScript. You just highlight it, Control-C to copy it, and then if we go back, and let's go ahead and add a new section, right? An Elementor. And we're going to just use, let me go over and find the custom code. It's probably going to be down here, general. There it is, HTML. Drag that over here. And then this is our code that we are going to paste in from Aweber, okay? And now you can see it added our opt-in form. And if we go back and look at the preview, you can see it added it, okay? And so I'm not going to go probably too much more in depth because you could really go kind of crazy with this. Background images, you can add actions if you want this to fade in, if you want these words to fade in when people come to the screen. You could, put maybe a little text down here. I'll just show you real quick. Let's just say we wanted to add a section, and again, we'll make this a heading, that says, enter your email below, and let's go ahead and center that. We'll make that a smaller H4 maybe. And then we'll go into style, and we'll just, again, make it gray as far as the color. But now we can, if you go under advanced, there's some, kind of fun things. Maybe we want to make this, you have some motion effects. Maybe we want to fade in, okay, and set the delay. So this is in milliseconds, right? So we could, if we want something like really, slower, you could do that. You could transform it. Again, some offsets, some scale, some skews, flip it. If you want to put a background, a border. So there's lots and lots of things, right, that you can do. And so now if we go back to this test page, you can see that this will fade in, right? So let me just, if we click it again, you see how that fades in. So that's what I mean by Elementor. There is a ton of options, a ton of things that you can do to help with this. Now, the other things that you can do that you probably would want to do is, and when you create your form in Aweber, it has this kind of generic email privacy policy from Aweber. But you can go in here and you can, down below, add links to your own terms of use page, privacy policy page, earnings disclaimer page, things like that. Especially if you're trying to run paid ads, then this might be a better way to go. And again, you can make it super, super, if I go back to this example, as complex as you want it to be. Now, so here's an example, right, where I put my privacy policies down here, some copyright information. You can't do that in Aweber or GetResponse. But keep in mind, you still want to keep things simple, okay? Simple is still better. This is a fairly simple page, but obviously a lot more complex than this page is. Now, which would convert better? You just, have to run tests. But the advantage, I guess I would say at this point, if you're looking at, method 1, creating it in the email autoresponder like this one, the advantage is it's super, super simple. Okay, it's easy to do. You can make really nice, easy pages. However, if you go for option 2, you are going to need to have a domain. You're going to need to have a web hosting account. You're going to need to know how to upload WordPress and upload the Elementor plugin. And if you want to get even fancier, the premium add-on plugin. Those are free plugins. But that'll give you a ton more capability to make some more unique things if you would like. And then the other thing you can do with Elementor is you can make complete sales pages, thank you pages, other pages as well, not just opt-in pages. But this is an example of how to use method number 2 in making your email opt-in page, and we'll see you in the next video for the next method.